So this September, I'm doing something that I've never done before as pastor, which is that I am preaching on something I specifically do not want to talk about. These past 18 months have been exhausting. From changing the way we worship over and over again, to canceling or reinventing small groups, to changing the ways that we are able to visit folks in the hospital. This pandemic has changed every single day in the life of this church since March 2020. And I know that it has changed a lot of other things in our community as well. We have lost members of our congregation to this pestilence. And we have other people who months later are still working hard to recover. Our healthcare workers and our frontline workers are exhausted. Our parents and caregivers are completely worn out. And all of us are experiencing degrees of isolation that we have never experienced before. At this point in the pandemic, I am tempted to just not talk about it and not engage. And yet, our scriptures have a lot to say. And so this September, instead of burying our heads in the sand and pretending that this isn't happening, I invite you to join me as we bury our hearts and minds instead in the promises and the teachings of the gospel. Our gospel stories have so much to say. They tell us about what true healing means. They teach us about what it means to care for one another and about what our responsibilities are to the least of these. And they instruct us about how Christian people are expected to behave in times of great need or emergency. So, I'm looking forward to journeying together through the promises of our gospel so that we can find renewed purpose and renewed hope as we think together about Christianity and COVID-19.